I use genomic data or genetic data to ask questions and understand the world around us. I think given the scale of the world around us and the rate at which we can gain really huge volumes of meaningful data, I think you can apply data science to virtually any field in the whole world.
The way I see data science is it's an integration of various different types of disciplines, right? So it's computer science, it is statistics, and in my case it's ecology, and being able to kind of take the information from those different disciplines and put it together and learn something more than if you were just focusing on one discipline in itself.
I think our data science students would come from a broad range of backgrounds. People who perhaps wanted to look at it from a more computational framework. You'd also get people who were interested in data and love numbers and computers, but again wanted that context for what they're doing. So okay, I'm learning all these skills, but how do I apply it? So I think it's very much applicable to both types of students. So a real sort of hands-on sciencey person, but a more data-driven, more computational person as well.
We have about 5 subject majors, and this is supposed to go up to 8 from next year. The subject majors we're offering this year starts from data science, which can be considered its own subject major or discipline. And in this subject major, you mostly take a combination of custom design data courses that's done particularly for students in data science. You will take fundamentals in mathematics, programming, and then a subject area that you like. For example, let's say that you like astronomy, then you can kind of custom make a major that's called astroinformatics, for example. So that subject major is a bit left to you to kind of design your own subject major. Then the other ones we have are bioinformatics. This is looking at trying to understand what large-scale biological data tell us, from genomics data to protein data. And then we have spatial data science. This is data that has a sort of a geographic attribute to it. And then population health data science for those students who are interested in well-being, disease, epidemiology, looking at data from human societies to try to understand what the distribution of well-being is. You can do population health data science. Then there is computational linguistics. And this is, for example, using all the data from Twitter to understand what people think or what people are going to do in the future on a certain aspect.
The nice thing about computational linguistics is that it's not just doing scientific analysis, and it's not just doing programming. So you have to know how to do the analysis and the programming both. And the other great thing about it is that it's a really open and expanding field, so things are changing constantly. And what you learn in a degree like this is how to understand future changes in the field. There are a lot of industry connections to tech companies, and you can think about things like Google or Salesforce. And some students go on to work on language technologies, and these can be things like coming up with new tools to detect hate speech, or developing language technologies for minority languages that right now don't have access to any kind of artificial intelligence. But it goes beyond those kinds of things. We have to think about also marketing companies that want to understand how people are talking about their product experiences or the places they visited, understanding tourist experiences.
The bioinformatics major within the Bachelor of Data Science is being created because we know that the rate at which we can generate biological data now is just so huge. We need a big cohort of really highly skilled, really knowledgeable young people to come in and drive the tools that we use to analyse the world around us, to develop new tools to help us as people in the lab to be able to understand that data and work out what it might mean for the world around us.
So the real-world outcome for spatial data science, I would say, are people who are interested in looking at the environment, people who are interested in working in technology and computer science, obviously large businesses and non-governmental organizations that focus on conservation and sustainability are going to need people who know how to look at the data and make sense of it. One key global issue that data science can definitely help with is learning about the effects of climate change across different locations around the world, because obviously climate change is going to impact different places differently, and so being able to take in kind of all the information across different locations and kind of put it together and basically be able to enhance our predictive ability is one thing that data science will allow us to do.
The beauty of the data science degree as a whole is that every major within it has a project right at the end. So it's a full semester project where you actually work with industry partners and stakeholders, researchers if that's your bag. So whether you're interested in working with a CRI or maybe a different type of industry, or maybe you want to be in academics, there'll be someone that you can work with on a project that is just you and a few other people to get that foot in the door, to prep you for the real world and to see how your skills are actually relevant on the ground once you graduate.
We need people who are up for a challenge, people who are creative, and people who aren't afraid to use this new technology and use it to make the world a better place.
There's huge industry connections with data science, because one of the main reasons for that is because the employability of our graduates are so high in this particular area. So there are many different employers who will really the skills that data scientists have are really very highly in demand.
I think this is a degree where it could take you to a different country, it could take you into academia, into the nowhere in the middle of Antarctica, and it could even take you to the upper levels of high-powered consulting firm. And the students who come into this degree are going to leave with the ability to get those kinds of jobs.